Well, we were in the same garden club, mainly in the founders circle. And that's where I first saw her. But she and I had an interest in horses, and she used to keep a quarter horse out on Orient Avenue, you know, out near the old circus quarters. And I would run into her out there once in a while riding. And then I would see her at garden club meetings, and I think one of the last garden club meetings that she came to was at my house. Mrs. Selby and her neighbor were gardeners. I mean, as we say, dirt gardeners, people who really got out in the garden. And the Selbys had a lot of native and local plants. She was just very vivacious and very with it. Yeah, as I say, she was just a very real person, and very direct and very pleasant to know. And she was just very straightforward. What she said, she meant. She treated everyone pretty much as she found them, you know, pretty much equally. She and her husband had taken early auto trips before people drove cars around, you know, and the roads were bad, and they would go exploring. They were fairly adventurous, I believe. And nobody thinks of that as adventure nowadays, but it was during their time. We could drive for miles and not see anyone. I think they were in some ways, very private people, and they founded that foundation and gave to young people, particularly without much fanfare, because in the beginning it was all about scholarships, wonderful scholarships for young people who probably never would have had a chance to go to college had it not been for them. If you were to look at that list of who those Selby scholars were, I think you'd find it was very interesting and very broad, very, very inclusive. And it's continued to grow. The foundation has, and it's branched out into a lot of things. Things we think of in Sarasota as just part of the city, and many of them were started with seed money from the Selby Foundation.